Welcome into the Immigrant Podcast. I'm your boy Nikolai Hill. Appreciate you logging in for episode, whatever. We'll get to it in a little bit. Appreciate you logging in and taking the time out to be with us here today. Now, that analogy that you can be anything you want to be is like it's ringing now more than ever. You know, when I was a little younger guy, used to hear a lot of parents tell their kids that you could be president. You know, And over time, coming to know like a lot of these kids themselves, I'm like, you can't be president. You're just not smart enough. But maybe they are, you know, maybe they are. It's like once upon a time, I'm a little bit older than most may think. There used to be this TV show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And one of the prevalent people on that program is current president Donald Trump, right here in the United States. And being a millionaire at that time was very was a big deal. Like if you had $100 million, you were extravagantly wealthy. And if you had $1 billion, you're probably like one of like three people on the entire planet. You fast forward 4 years because I said like in the mid '80s, so let's call that '85, and let's say this is 2025. $1 million is almost frowned upon as being like that's all you get. You can't make any more money. That's all you get. Those is that's all you're bringing to the table. We hear that from women a lot. They want a man with that six-figure annual salary, and also that drives Bentley and has a big house that can afford them all the amenities and things that they've ever dreamed of. So, like my main reason for this episode here today, what is the risk, versus all the rewards, and what is becoming a millionaire um, these days? Because you could be very educated, be very financially educated, and that's different from having an education, because we know that there's a lot of people who have a book education that long term don't know how to finance handle their finances or keep their finances when they get a lot of money. We see those actions day after day. But I wanted to use the man at the top about the risk part of life. If you don't take enough risk and you don't actually put forward the action, you probably won't get many results that you're looking for. I think a lot of people, one of the things that I definitely wanted to bring here today was the prayer aspect of success and the prayer aspect of life. And there's a lot of people out there praying for things, but they're not putting the work into it on a daily basis to accomplish those things. One of my most recent things that I prayed for and I got was my son. And God, the good man above, or the universe, or whatever you may call it, he blessed me with that. But to get to that point, I had to maybe mess up and take a risk and follow my own dreams and path and do things my way. Does that kind of approach to life, and this is more of a question based episode because I'm just putting a lot of things out there today. Does the kind of approach to life ultimately give you rewards? Or is it the stable and consistent worker that is going to ultimately accomplish more uh, further down the road? I can say there's been both sides of it. And I can also say that there's a lot of luck and a lot of right timing that people get or have in their lives that afford them the wealth or the riches or the fame or the celebrity that they want. And we can see that more now more than ever. We don't live in a talent based planet. We live in a planet that people who are willing to do the most, right? Where they come because it's a social media influencer era, and it's the people who are willing to do the most and literally do anything that are gonna reap the rewards. So my message to people who are watching this podcast today, or listening and tuning in for the first time, is yeah, you got to take some risk out there. If you live life in a comfortable manner and just go along for the ride, you're going to be taken along for the ride. And your life experiences won't be necessarily what you dreamed of. Um, so we want people in general, not only a certain demographic or a certain statistical, uh, age group or color or creed, but we just want to tell everybody that, life is to be lived. There are opportunities out there to be on the lifestyles of the rich and famous, at least not the old show, but something going forward. And your dreams can still come true. And for a lot of you people that are watching this episode today, going down that path where education and making the right decisions and doing everything you're supposed to do is probably not is probably not, but in a lot of cases won't give you the acclaim. I used that in the last episode, or the rewards that you could get out of life if you step outside the box just a little bit. A lot of rambling on this episode, but I feel like it's gonna be ringing to somebody. And when I name the episode, I think people will log on and they'll know what I mean. So the caption was going to tell you a lot about what you're going to be hearing today. It's your boy Nikolai, another episode of the Immigrant Podcast. Take it easy.